continue from where we actually left off. So we have this rest parameters, right? So let's understand from the words itself. You have rest and then parameters. So what do you, when do you use rest? Rest is like complete the rest of some work, or complete the rest of the syllabus within tonight. That is rest. Rest. So can we call as the remaining part or the last part, something that is pending for you in general terms, yeah. And you know what a parameter is? Parameter is basically that function, and then you give the parameter list, right? That parameters. So these rest parameters are known to build the arrays. Okay, so the basic syntax is this. So you know that any JavaScript, you're going to declare a function, you just give the keyword function and then a function name. And then what you do? You give some parameters and then you have the body. In order to declare a rest parameter, right? This is the syntax. You have three dots, one, two, three dots, and then the name of the parameter. That is a rest parameter. Okay. So IDs will be the array form, and it's also called as a rest parameter. So know that this is a syntax. You will have three dots prior to the variable name. Fine. So when I'm going to call or invoke this function 10, 20 with parameters 10, 20, and 30, just see the parameter list has only one variable, but I'm giving three arguments inside the function call, which means what do you think is going to happen? It forms an array, and when you try to print IDs, right, you get 10, 20, 30 in an array manner. Fine, we'll see the implementation of it shortly. And also know that there can be no other parameter after the rest parameter. That is, something like this is possible. You can have something like ID1, ID2, or parameter 1, parameter, comma, parameter 2, comma, this rest parameter. Okay, with the body. That is fine. So what will happen is that ID1 will get the value 10, ID2 will get the value 20, and the rest, the remaining arguments, is marked as an array to IDS. Okay. What is not possible is this one. You cannot have the rest parameter first and then some other parameter next. That is definitely not possible. This is definitely going to throw you an error. So let's have a quick walkthrough of the implementation part. So this is demo 5 arrays, right? So we are looking at the rest parameters. So function, ta-dam, function fun. Okay. So I'm telling you that three dots and then ID is going to give me an array, which is named as IDS. Okay. So I'm going to be console.log of IDS. Let me see what is IDS. Okay. Fine. And I'm going to call this function fun with parameters 11, 12, 34, 35, 78. There are some random values. Okay. So just see that is only one parameter, and that is the rest parameter. But I have totally 5 arguments when I'm calling the function. Okay, so what is the internet output? I should get an array. So IDS is the rest parameter, okay, which is used to build, it builds an array basically. Okay, builds an array. So IDS is going to give me an array. So IDS output should be an array with the values of 11, 12, 34, 35, and 78, right? So it should be an array. Fine. So let's just run it. Node demo 5. You see, you are getting an array. I'm trying to print the IDs, and in return, I'm getting an array, which is our intention. Fine. And let's go through this. You have ID1, ID2. Come on, fine. Okay, let's just have ID1 for now. And then the rest parameter. So console.log. You can use this also. Value of ID1. Yes, yes. Okay, no demo file. Let's run it the application. So you see ID1 will get 11. So the first one will be the first parameter. Fine. And then the rest of it is sent to the rest parameter. And in return, you get an array. I think it's clear so far, right? And if I give ID2, ID2, so what do you think should happen? Oh, control Z. So what should happen right now is that 11 will go to ID1, 12 will go to ID2, and the rest of it is going to go to the rest parameter. And now we will get IDs which holds an array with value 34, 35, 78. Okay, let's just check it. Yes, this is how it works. Cool. But now just know that the rest parameter should always be the last parameter in the function. That is, it should always be the end. Okay. What will happen if I give something like comma ID3? It throws an error. It tells the rest parameter must be the last in a parameter list. So this is typically not possible. You get it? So this is all about the rest parameters. Fine. So next, let's go to the object. Note that, this declares an object. Which one? This one. This one helps you to declare an object. These two curly braces declare an object. Okay. Let's just see the slideshow itself. So initially, I'm telling you let I be equal to null. Fine. And this is how you declare an object. Okay. Object is something which is going to have two curly braces. Whereas note, array is going to have two square braces. Fine. That is the difference. So array is going to have, just remember it that way. Array is going to have two square braces, whereas object is going to have two curly braces. Okay, so let I be equal to null. Let j be equal to, you have key and then you given a value. So an object is nothing but it's going to have a key value pair. So each key will be directed to a value. Okay, so I give the ID is 1 with name being Sunil. Okay, so this is an object. We have seen that classes have objects, right? But in JavaScript, you need not necessarily have a class in order to create an object. Fine. You can just create an object. That is so nice. That's actually different, right? Yeah, you just declare create an object with ID being 1, name being Sunil. This is an object creation. And so let's see another example. This is another way to create an object. So first of all, I create an empty object. Fine. Uh-oh. I create an empty object and then I given the name. This is the key values. Okay, the name here is the key. Okay, I then tell for k with the key name, just know that it is given in single quotes. I give it a value called Harini. And then with k, with this being the ID being the key value, I give this key a value of 2, right? So that's how it's going to work. Interesting point. An object can also have functions, right? A class can typically have functions. And when you call an object, wait, let's not confuse things with classes, okay? An object is an object in JavaScript. It is not related to any classes here. Just know that object is can be declared using just these curly braces. And then this is one example of creating an object. There's a second example. And for the third example, you can also have a function associated with a key. Okay, so these are 3 particular examples that you can possibly have. So now going to demo number 6.js. Okay, so we are trying to create an object. Okay, so this is an empty object. Okay, now this is an empty object. If I tell let's go with first example itself. Let j is equal to, I can tell ID is 110. Okay, and name is Swatika. Okay, makes sense. Console.log of j is what will print as an object. No demo 6. See, this is an object. Fine. Okay. Next, what do I do is that for I can give, I is right now an empty object. So I can give it a key which holds the value of 111. And I'm telling you that the name is going to be something. Okay? Yes. So console.log of phi. So initially, what was the value of phi? Let's just check it. Yeah. So initially it was empty. But then I give some value to the variable I. I give it some key. See, you call it a property as well, or you can also call it a key. Okay, and then I give it a key, I give it a value, and you can see key value pass. So this is an object. So this is how you give an object. And know that I can also be like, I can also add values to J, right? J, I can give mark is equal to, let's say, okay, I'm Swatika, so I'm a pretty good student. I'll give centim, no demo 6. Okay, no. So since I gave here console.log of J. Okay, so let's just comment of these. So initially, Swatika was like 110 Swatika, but now the mark was also included. You get it? So these are ways you can create an object, and I also told that you can have functions associated with an object, right? Yeah, I can be like I of fun is equal to, let me give it, it can hold a function, right? Fun. So this key fun is holding a value that is a function. Let's see what it prints. Okay, it's not printing anything. Why is it not printing anything? Yeah, so it is getting printed here, but I'm not sure why it's not getting printed here. I'll look at it and I'll add it to the description later, fine. But yeah, this works. So a key can have a functional value, right? But it doesn't disclose the value. So at times, when you want to just hide some values, you can use this method. So it's just going to tell that is a function that's called fun. Okay. So just in case you want to run it, this is how you do it. Okay. So I'm commenting everything out. So you see console.log, J is the object. So J dot fun is my key. Okay. Key. I call the key. So you get the output. Make sense? I hope it does. Then, so we are done with this. Nextly, we have arrays, okay? Arrays is actually very interesting. You have, you would have seen arrays if you had went through some other programming language, but just know that arrays is a collection of values of same data type under a common name is the general definition. Okay? Anytime somebody asks you in an interview, what do you mean by an array? You be like, it's a collection of values of same data type under a common name. But JavaScript is so interesting. It doesn't have something called like a data type. You just have let, var, const. You have nothing like in, float, double, nothing of that sort, right? So here we don't have this at all. We don't have to worry about the same data type. You can just tell it's collection of values under a common name. That is arrays in JavaScript. Okay. So let ARR is equal to 1, 2, 3. That is an array. Let array be equal to, so this is an object, right? This is an object because it is given in two curly braces and it has a key value kind of thing. So we'll be studying about all the iteration, filter, find, and also the testing part. So without any further ado, let's get started. We have demo7.js, right? Okay. So what do you have? So let ARR be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an array. Okay. Console.log of ARR. Node demo 7. It prints an array. So this is an array of values. But there is also an option that I can do something like this because I never told it's supposed to be of the same data type. So I can also have one. Swatika. I can have an inbuilt array inside itself, 11, 12. And then I can also have a float. Okay, so let this be my array. I didn't print it anywhere. So console.log of A. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So see, this is collection of values under a common name, right? That's it. So this is an array. So that is a way to traverse an array. So traversal. So you go through the array, each element by element. So how can I do it? You can use a for loop. For, how do I use it? You give, this is the way you declare a for, okay? For in some I0, I is less than ARR dot length I plus plus, oh, sorry, oops, sorry, my bad. Okay, because int won't come, okay? I think I should do something like this. You see it, -1. Oh no. Yeah, we got this. So for in some I0, let int won't come. For let I0, I is less than array dot length, I plus plus console dot log of array of I. It prints each element by element. So in case I want to make any changes also, I can make. So every element must be added, must be multiplied by 10. So the output should be 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, right? See, you get it? So any operation can be performed. Right? Okay. So another way to do the same for loop is using something called as for each. Okay, so you can use ARR dot for each. So for each is like for every element that is present in this array, do something. So for each I that is present, I'm going to be like I into 11. Okay, so we are doing the same thing that we did here. So all these three lines is like comprised in this in just this one line. Okay, so for each I, you're going to perform this operation of I into 11. Okay. Go for yaar. Oops. No, no, no. You see it? Yes, 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 yes. We got this. So console.log of ARR. This one is this, and the last one is this. Line number 13. This is the output. And for line number 12, we get this as the out. Fine. So this is how it's going to work. And also, you can see, you can observe that Any changes made here is not reflected to the original array. Okay. Yeah. And did I miss something? I hope I didn't. So we are done with the traversal. So what do we have next? Filter. Filter is like ARR dot filter. Okay. Filter all the element I. So let me just cut up. Okay. So yeah, ARR dot filter every element I. Okay, I want to get all the elements that is greater than 3. You give the condition here. So every element I, if I is greater than 3, print it. Okay, and you're going to store it in the filter variable. Okay, console.log of filter. Let's see. 4 and 5. So all the elements that is greater than 3. So what will happen if I give less than or equal to 3? So the output should be 1, 2, and 3. You get it? Yes. So this is for filter, and then we have find. Okay, this is so simple as well. Let find be equal to ARR dot find. So find all the first occurrence. Okay, you will understand this way. I is less than 3. Okay, console.log of find. So just let me know what do you think is going to be the output. Let find be equal to ARR dot find I is less than 3. So filter and find, right? Filter is going to give you all the outputs that match a particular condition. But find is going to get me the very first match that matches this particular condition, which means it starts traversing the array. And as soon as I see I less than 3, one matches that particular condition. So I'm going to be like, find will have the value 1 only. It will not even go further. Okay. So it's going to be like, see, you see that? It's just 1. Okay, so for filter, you get that 1, 2, 3, and for find, the very first occurrence that satisfies a particular condition will get printed. After find, you have for testing. Okay, so testing is like I have a situation wherein I want to know whether every element in a particular array follows a particular condition or not. I don't want to filter things that follow a particular condition or find a thing that follows a particular condition. No, I want to know whether if all the elements follow a particular condition or not. Okay, so the return type is going to be Boolean. Okay, let test is equal to, so it's going to be ARR dot I want every element to follow this particular condition. And I'm telling you, I must be less than 10. So yes, does every element follow that particular condition? Yes, right, it does. All the elements are less than 10. So it follows a particular condition. So what if I'm going to be like less than 5? So if you notice, no, 1, 2, so it goes array dot every element must be less than 5. That is a particular condition I'm giving. So it reaches the array. It's like I go to 1. Yes, 1 is less than 5. 2, 2 is less than 5. 3 is less than 5. 4 is less than 5. But when it reaches 5, is 5 less than 5? No. So even if one particular element doesn't follow a particular condition, the output is going to be false. Okay, let's just verify it. See, you see that? So it breaks its point at this particular element. So this is how it works, and arrays are so simple. Okay, you can just play around with them. This is just a basic thing that I'm getting through. So you can just work around with different examples and just try playing around. You will learn a lot. Okay. Next, last part of the chapter is restructuring arrays. You take in an array and start assigning it to variables, right? Okay, I don't think I have something assigned for it. So these square brackets are on the left side of equal to. So far we have seen let ARR is equal to something like this. This is fine. Okay. But when you have a square braces at the left hand side, that is called destructuring an array. So you have a particular array that is declared and initialized. Okay. But then later part, you have a square braces towards the left hand side of the equal to. Okay. And to the right hand side, you give the array itself. So this is called the destructuring of my array. So what will happen is that number of commas will be equivalent to the number of elements skipped. So initially 11, 91, 65 and 42. Okay. So number of commas is equal to number of elements skipped. So one element, one comma is there. So one element gets skipped and k will be assigned with a value of 91. All right. So suppose that if no comma was there, then what should be the value of k? It should be 11. Okay. Next comes m comma k. So now m gets a value of 11, k gets a value of 91. M comma n comma k. M is going to take the value 11, n is going to take the value 91, k is going to take the value 65. You get it? So if there was only comma, then the element is skipped. But if there is some variable that is present, then the value is assigned to that particular variable. Okay, let's just go demo 8.js. Yes, so now let ARR is equal to, I'm gonna give 11, 98, 87, no, 76, 0, 12. Okay, and then I'm gonna have let m, comma n, comma k. Okay, yes, makes sense. So now I'm like just k. Okay, square braces is on my left hand side, and then I'm telling it k is equal to ARR. Okay, so what do you think is going to be the output? Just check it. Right. So there are no elements skipped. You get the 11 in itself. How about I place a comma here and then try now? You see, the next value, number of elements is number of commas is equal to number of elements that is skipped, and I give one comma, so one element gets skipped. Okay, and so I get the value 98 that is stored to k. So how about I give two commas here? So one element skipped, 98 should also be skipped, so k should hold the value of 76. So let's just see. Yes, it does. Fine. So instead of just placing empty commas, right? How about I place some value? M comma k. Okay. And then console.log the value of VM. Okay. So this is going to be no demo 8. So k holds a value 98 and m holds a value of 11. So m gets 11, k gets 98. So how about this? So m should get a value of 11 and then one element should be skipped. K should get the value of 76, right? So let's just check it out. See, k gets 76, m gets 11. So what if I give an n here, right? Okay. So I'm going to be like console.log of n. Okay. Yes. No demo 8. See, so m is going to take 11, n is going to take 98, k takes a value of 76. Yes, perfect. So that's how things are going to work. So this is restructuring an array. So you get an array, you are just, descrambling it and just assigning it to variables. So when something is on the left hand side, when square braces are on the left hand side, you are making an array but when it's on the left hand side, you are destructuring the array, right? So with that, we are done, and I have also attached, a very basic operator session for the JavaScript right down below in the description. So it should, you can do it as a self study. It should be really easy for you guys to, do it. So do it as a self study and then just try practicing a lot more things on this. JavaScript is like so simple for a language. And, just after this video, just don't go away. Be like, you get the video. It's not enough just you saw the video doesn't mean you got JavaScript nailed up. I want you guys to go try it yourself. This demos look so simple. Yeah, correct. They are simple. But there's a lot of difference when you try it by yourself, right? So it would be really great if you guys try it out and let me know how things work out. And in case you get stuck up with some error, try Googling it. And if you can't find out, do mail me. I'll be glad to help you guys out. Yeah, so hope you guys had a wonderful time completing this JavaScript course with me. So see you with the next exciting session. Bye bye.